My life, like many of yours, is filled with lots of wonderful things to include working, writing, creating, gardening, exercising, and cooking. Yes, cooking. I'm on a mission to change the way we see, experience, and relate to food. The concept of Sankofa reminds us to go back and fetch what was essential for maintaining a quality and wholesome lifestyle and apply it to modern day practices. So, would you like to join me at the table? Welcome back to my Sankofa table. I am your host, Tia Capers, and on this program, we focus all things health and wellness. I'm going to talk about sweets, okay? So it's titled Sweetness is My Weakness, because yes, I love a good snack, that's sweet. I love a good sweet treat. So today I'm going to share some of the sweet treats that are my go-to when I have a sweet tooth. Just to, try to stay in the whole line of health and wellness. So if that's something that you're interested in, then stay tuned. And when we come back, I will be sharing some of my sweet treats. Stay tuned. Thanks. Hello, Tea Time with Tia. Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Oh, yeah. I'm drinking a little bit of tea myself right now. Yeah. Oh, you need something for energy? Oh, shoot. Usually when I need energy, I just drink a green tea. Oh yeah, it's a lot of blends out there. Yeah, green tea with jasmine, mint, it's options. Okay, yeah, so check that out. Next time you're in the store, look for a nice green tea. Oh, and the program? Did you watch it? Oh. No, it's every second and fourth Saturday of the month at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, and it's also on video on demand. And also on my YouTube channel. Yes, go out there on my YouTube channel and hit the like button and subscribe. And make sure you tell somebody. Yeah, I'm trying to get my numbers up. Yes. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Yes, thank you for calling. Bye. Hey, this is Tia Capers of My Sankofa Table coming to you live from Issaquah Falls in Walhalla, South Carolina, and I'm not alone. I am here with
Chocolate Drop, host of the Chocolate Box Presents, and we want to let you know that our programs air on Spectrum Cable Channel 21 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Mm-hmm. Mine comes on every Tuesday at 12 noon, and then again at 9 p.m. Twice. It's a program so nice, we had to air twice.
Okay.
And what about yours?
My program airs every second and fourth Saturday of the month at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we look forward to seeing you at the table or
Issaquah Falls.
The Chocolate Box.
That's right. The Chocolate Box.
We'll see you there. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. Again, I'm Tia Capers, the host of My Sankofa Table, and today we're talking Sweetness is My Weakness. So today I'm going to share with you just a couple of things that I like to cook when I want a sweet treat, I won't say the middle of the night, but late in the evening. And today it will be apple fritters. And it's also going to be like a sweet avocado cream toast. Okay, and later on in the program, I may, if I have time, I may do a vanilla milkshake. So stick around. All right, so I've already gotten so for the apple fritters, I'm going to use apples, which I've already started slicing. I'm going to core those shortly. And I'm going to dip the apple slices in almost like a pancake batter mix. I used to use pancake batter, but now that I'm a little bit more health conscious, I make my own type of batter to dip them in. I have the grapeseed oil in the pan heating up, or in the pot heating up, and I'm gonna dip them in there and let them kind of like deep fry a little bit. Okay, and then also I'm gonna do a sweet avocado cream toast. So I'm gonna take the avocados, mash them up with some sweetener and then put it on our toast, okay? And then top it, and I'll show you how I like to eat mine. So I'll go ahead and get started. I have about almost a cup of spelt flour here. And I'm going to, while the oil's still heating, I'm just gonna put it in a bowl here, because again, we're making like a pancake batter, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut sugar because I no longer use brown sugar. So maybe a tablespoon or two of that, depending on how sweet you'd like that. And add a pinch of sea salt. This is optional, you don't have to, okay? And I'm gonna add some cinnamon. I'm gonna add a little cinnamon to this, okay? Give it a little stir. And I'm also, for the wet, I'm gonna add some sparkling spring water, okay? So this is my go-to when I want something to be a little fluffy and I don't want to use baking soda. So that typically works out well. So I'm going to give this a mix, and I added, you know, a cup of that to it. So I'm just giving this a little stir because I want to get it like a pancake consistency. I'm going to give that a stir, and already I think I need just a tad bit more sparkling spring water just to thin it out a bit. Okay. All right, so give that a stir. And the oil is getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and core the apples. And these are really good when you eat them right out the pan, when they cool off. All right, so I have the batter ready. You can also add a little bit of agave if you want it really, really sweet. If that sweet tooth is really getting the best of you, just add a tablespoon of sweetener to that batter, okay? Because that's where all your sweetness is gonna come from. The apple itself may not be as sweet. These are just Gala apples. Some apples are sweeter than others. I think they're that Honey Crisp or some of these hybrid ones, they have them like just the right juiciness, just the right sweetness, just the right crispness, but you know, it's up to you. Be aware of all the hybrids out there. So I'm gonna take the core. I've already sliced the apples, okay? And I'm just gonna take the core out. Take the cores out, and well, this one kind of broke. This slice broke up, so I'm just gonna remove that core with a knife. Okay, and same with this. Just gonna remove that, and we might be at least 2 perfect rings. Okay, so I'm gonna take my apple slice and dip it in my batter and turn my oil down because it's smoking. We don't want to burn the oil. Turn the oil down. We got the apple nice and battered up. Okay. And we're just going to drop it into hot oil. Okay. And it's going to brown. And we'll do do it again. So nice. We're going to do it twice. And I use grapeseed oil because that's just my preference. You can use whatever oil you prefer to use. There are a lot of different ones out there on the market. So these are frying. And I'm gonna try to tilt it down because while they're frying, they're also browning, okay? And so when they start to brown, then I'll take and flip them over and put them on a paper towel, and guess what? It's all ready. And at that point, all you'll need to put on there is maybe a little bit of coconut sugar if you'd like, or date sugar, and cinnamon. All right, so I'm gonna turn that heat back up just a tad bit. All right, and I'm just gonna take and give these babies a flip. And they're looking so good, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting another one ready. Okay. Another 2 or 3 ready. So you just basically slice these up. One of these days I'm gonna have some good sharp knives and I won't have to struggle so hard. Now what happened to, okay, here's our core. So we're gonna take the core out of the center. Okay. pour out, and then we're going to do this again. We're going to dip it in our batter. We're going to go ahead and take these out, because guess what? In a matter of a minute or two, they're ready. Nice and golden brown, nice and sweet. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put these on a paper towel so that they can drain a little. All right, and look at there, nice and golden brown. And again, at this point, you can go ahead and add your coconut sugar on there. Did we get it? You can add your coconut sugar or whatever sugar you eat. I prefer coconut sugar and cinnamon, so you can add that on there. I'm gonna go ahead and add these in here while I start working on that sweet cream, avocado cream. So I'm gonna put the next two in there. Okay, and so let those fry up. All right, and so for the sweet avocado cream, I'm gonna go ahead and put the toast. I just have 2 pieces of like a rye bread. I'm just gonna, and you can use any bread you like, but for now I'm just gonna toast these up a little bit. I'm gonna take the avocado, go ahead and give that a slice because I'm gonna mash it up. Now this is really, you know what? And I had this the other night and I forgot how good this was, y'all. Oh my God, I had to eat like 2 of these before I went to bed because I didn't have anything else sweet, and this just did the trick. This was on point. So let me get that seed out of there. Come on out, seed. Oh, there we go. Get that seed out of there. Scoop this out. I guess I could have used a seed remover. You have all these gadgets. You got to remember to use them properly. So, okay, so we have the avocado out. And for this, okay, let me flip over my fritters here because you know these don't take long. All right, give them a flip and they're almost done, believe it or not. All right, and so for the cream, I have a fork here. I'm gonna start mashing and start mashing up the avocado. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of this coconut sugar while it's a little hot, and cinnamon. What do I do? Here's the cinnamon. So that's gonna be pretty tasty there. All right, so for this cream, I'm gonna give it a mash. Now I'm gonna add cinnamon to this. Now I know this sounds weird, but this is good, y'all. If you try this, you'll be like, wow, never, who knew? I know. It sounds too kosher, but I'm telling you right now, it's good. All right, so I'll turn this oil off because these fritters are done. I don't want them to burn. Take them out. I'll dump these since they've already drained. I will put these on the plate, nice pretty plate, because we like to eat nice pretty things. And then I'll go ahead and drain these 2 that are done. Come out of there, they stuck together. So I'll go ahead and drain them. I've turned off the oil. While they're still hot, I'll go ahead and put a little bit of cinnamon, just like we did the other ones. And a little bit of the coconut sugar. Let them drain. Keep mashing this up. So right now I have the cinnamon in here. Now I'm just gonna add the agave. So add the agave, about a tablespoon. Give that a mash. Get it to whatever consistency you like. Okay, however creamy you want it. And our toast should be just about ready. Yep, toast is perfect. So I've toasted 2 pieces of the bread here, the rye bread. I'm gonna plate them here on the plate. I'm gonna add these to our plate here because they're ready. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, now we have the avocado cream ready. I'm gonna just take and put it on the bread. Put that grandma whip on it. You know, grandma will get some stuff nice and smooth for you, honey. I'm gonna put a little bit more cinnamon in here. I like to taste that cinnamon. Now, don't be afraid to play around with different things here. It doesn't have to be cinnamon, it could be whatever you want, but be sure to sweeten it because this is where your sweet treat coming into play. All right. So what we have is we have our apple sliced and arranged nice and neat on our avocado sweet cream toast. So we have the apple slices on there. So I'm just gonna add some raisins to this because this is how I like to eat mine. Now y'all can add pears. Instead of apples, you can add whatever fruit you like or try it however you want to try it and make it your own. So this is how I like to eat mine with some, with some raisins on there, maybe just a little bit more cinnamon. Okay, now if you really feeling that sweet tooth, just go ahead and drizzle just a little bit more of your maple syrup or your agave or whatever you have. Just drizzle that on the top, and I'm telling you now, this is really good, y'all. Especially for somebody like me who doesn't eat, cane sugar anymore, who doesn't eat some of the other, the high fructose corn syrup and stuff like that. So when I'm looking for a quick sweet treat, this is my go-to. I can whip this up in the kitchen in no time. I can take the rest of this sweet avocado cream and put it in a container, put it in the refrigerator, and tomorrow night or the next night when I have that sweet tooth, I already have this ready. Put it in an airtight jar and I'm good to go. These I would want to eat right after I cook them. And when I used to make these for my kids, they didn't even last on the plate. They were kind of like right off the draining paper towel, right into their mouths. So they really like these, and they still like them. They're adults now, but they still like them. So these are just some quick ways to, satisfy that sweet tooth, because we think about health and wellness here. We have to be mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. So I do have one more item to share, or one more recipe to share, which will be a milkshake. So if you guys stick around, when I come back, I'm gonna whip up a vanilla milkshake. That'll be about maybe three ingredients. So you wanna stick around for that one. All right, thank you. We're not throwing this stuff away. We're gonna put this in the compost, right? We're not gonna throw it away. We're gonna take these leftover apple peels and the avocado. We're gonna put all that in the compost so there's no waste. So that's what I wanted to also mention. Thanks. Hey, welcome back to my Sankofa table. Again, I am your host, Tia Capers, and today we're talking about sweetness is my weakness. So, unfortunately, we ran out of time to make the milkshake in the studio. So today, or this evening, or tonight, we're in my home, in my kitchen, and we'll go ahead and make that milkshake right now. So, first of all, we're gonna make a vanilla milkshake, and the ingredients we're gonna use are about 2 cups of frozen bananas, okay? So this really is about 4 bananas broken up. And then we have about 1 cup of coconut milk, all right? And then we have sea salt, because we're gonna use a pinch of sea salt. And we also have about, I think this is about 1/3 of a cup of agave. Now at home, you can use whatever sweetener you like. Okay, you can use whatever ingredients you like. Like for instance, today we're making a vanilla milkshake, but say you wanted to make a strawberry milkshake, then you would add in, you guessed it, strawberries. Okay, sometimes I add walnuts in to my milkshake, but now if I'm going to add the walnuts, I typically will add them towards the end after I have it all blended up, because you don't want the walnuts to get too fine. You still want them to have a bite to them. You want them to, still be kind of chopped up, but not, not finely ground. Okay, and I also have some chocolate chips here, and these are vegan chocolate chips. These are optional, and I just have them here just to give you an idea of additional things you can add into your milkshake. Not that I'm gonna add them today, because today we're doing vanilla. Okay, the other day I think I did peach the other day and added walnuts in there. And cocoa is another option. So if you want like a chocolate milkshake, you can do like an unsweetened cocoa powder and add it in there to make you, a nice chocolate shake. You can also add vanilla flavoring. I don't advocate for this, but if you want it to taste a little bit more vanilla-y, so to speak, then you can add vanilla flavor or whatever flavor you have or whatever you typically use. And that goes for the sweetener as well. Today I'm using agave, but whatever you have, that's what you use. 1/3 of a cup is what I'm starting out with, but I tasted along the way. Sometimes the bananas are a little bit more ripe than others, or not as ripe. So the riper they are, when you freeze them, then the less sweetener you may have to use. But if the bananas are still kind of like hard yellow on the greenish side, I wouldn't say to use those. I would say let them get a little bit ripe where they're sweetened a little bit, and then, you know, break them up into chunks and put them in a Ziploc or put them in some type of a container so that you can freeze them, you know, and go from there. So, and once we get done, we will put it in a nice container. Now they have several containers out on the market. I picked this one up. This is specifically for ice cream. Or I like to call it nice cream. In the interest of today's program, we're gonna do a milkshake. However, if you do it thick enough, then you can make it a nice cream, okay? So you just freeze it and then it's a nice cream. But today we're doing a milkshake, so we'll have it more on the thin side, or maybe we'll do half and half. Maybe I'll do a little bit of milkshake and maybe I'll do the rest of it, freeze it, and make it a nice cream. All right, so I will go ahead and get started. So right now I'm gonna take the frozen bananas and put them in my blender, okay? And then I'm gonna take my pinch of sea salt and put that in there. Now this is totally optional. I just add it. I'm gonna put my agave syrup in here for our sweetener. All right. And so I may have said, I may have said ice cream along the way, but we're really making a milkshake, all right? And it's the same ingredients if you're doing milkshake or ice cream, same thing. Okay, and then I'm gonna add my coconut milk. Now, sometimes I add it all, sometimes I blend it up a little bit and then add more, or, you know, along the way, depending on how thick I want my ice cream. All right, so I'm gonna cover this, okay, and get ready to blend. Now, I'm going to go ahead and blend this, and I'm gonna come right back to show you guys what it looks like, okay? So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Okay, so by the looks of it, it's nice and creamy, just like we like it. It's well blended and it's liquidy, okay? So this is milkshake ready. Now, I can take whatever I don't drink as a milkshake and again, put it in my container, pop this in the freezer for several hours, and then we have ice cream. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back. Let me grab a glass to pour this in. Okay, so here we have it. We have a nice, thick shake, okay? And I'm gonna take the rest and put it in the container, because later I will have a nice thing of vanilla nice cream. And I'm gonna scrape this out because we don't wanna leave any. We wanna get it all. Now, what I did not do was taste it along the way, but I'll taste it now, and hopefully we have enough sweetener in here. Let's see. It's perfect. All right, so I'm gonna pop the lid on this. I'm gonna grab a straw. All right, so I have a straw. I have my milkshake. And I am good to go. All right, so remember, you can put any type of ingredients that you want in your milkshake, okay? It's your milkshake. You can use it however you like. You can make a milkshake or you can make ice cream. So we did 2 desserts in one. Don't be afraid to try different things. Try different fruits. You can do mango. I mean, how cool will it be to add some mint to this? To add any other type of berry. We talked about strawberries, but you can add any other type of berries. You can add any other type of flavors to this. So this will make a really nice treat. You know, we're coming up on the summertime and we want to be cooled off. We're in spring now, but you know, we want to be cooled off. You can take this and pour it into like a mold and make a popsicle, or like a creamsicle, if you will. So there are so many options out there, and everybody will love it, right? So how cool is that? We only use, what, 4 ingredients, I think, to make a delicious sweet treat. So when you have that sweet tooth and you want something, you know, that's not as non-healthy, think about an ice cream or think about a milkshake, all right? So that has been today's program. Tune in every second and fourth Saturday of the month, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you at the table. Bye. That is so good. Wow.